This question is for anyone that's dating right now. Are you having fun? Like, are you enjoying it? Because the last guy lied to me by 10 years about his age. Then there was the one before that that lied to me about the girlfriend that he lived with. I was a month in before I found out about that. Then there was the guy that asked me what animal I would marry. Not be, not own, have a romantic relationship and marry. So I'm not having fun. Just wondering if it's just me or...
How are we dating these days? Single, divorced, 30-ish parents. How are we dating? People are telling me, oh, you'll meet somebody. You'll meet somebody when you least expect it. You'll meet somebody where you go. I live in a small-ass town. I work from home. I only go to the gym. And God knows, if you're a man, you cannot look or breathe in the direction of a female in the gym without having to worry about having your face posted to TikTok and having Joey Swole all over your ass. Like, I don't go anywhere. I don't drink. I don't go to bars. How am I supposed to meet anybody?
Modern women will try and make it seem as though finding a man is the most difficult task in the world. Okay, to put it in perspective, this woman that you're watching here right now, she is divorced, she is a single mother, and then she is complaining about the fact that she cannot possibly find a man. And this is the story of many of these modern women that we are going to be covering here today, okay, is that they cannot seem to find a guy no matter what. And we are supposed to feel sorry for them. We are supposed to empathize with their situation, but I personally do not. So guys, we are going to be breaking down a few TikTok clips here. I'm going to be starting with this woman, moving into a clip from this woman. Then we have another woman complaining in their car. Hold up, are they all in their car? They absolutely are. Fantastic stuff here. TikTok content, ladies and gentlemen. Hell, even the next one's in her car. Look at this, bam. And is there one more? No. So let's jump into today's episode. Guys, don't forget to go and check out Ministry of Masculinity. He is the one who sent me today's clips. And without further ado, let's take a listen. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
This question is for anyone that's dating right now. Are you having fun? Like, are you enjoying it? Because the last guy lied to me by 10 years about his age. Then there was the one before that that lied to me about the girlfriend that he lived with. I was a month in before I found out about that.
Call me skeptical, guys, but I never believe modern women who are like, yeah, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I was dating this guy for a month. Number one, you're in a situationship. You're not even dating the guy. But they always say like, oh, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I guarantee you she did, and she just didn't care. You have so many modern women out here who try and claim this, but we all know that there are lots of them who chase men specifically who have girlfriends, who are married, or who in general just have options. It is called pre-selection. Pretty well documented at this point, but modern women will always claim the victim here.
Before I found out about that, then there was the guy that asked me what animal I would marry. Not be, not own, have a romantic relationship and marry. So I'm not having fun. Just wondering if it's just me or...
So the reason why this woman is actually saying that she won't have fun, she's not having fun, excuse me, is because she can't actually get commitment from the men that she wants. This is always what it boils down to. Every single video you have of these women complaining in their cars, guys, about being unable to find a man. Usually the big grievance that they have is just that men don't want to date them. That's all that it is. Now, you can sit there, you can give them solutions to their problem, but they don't want to hear it. So we're going to be moving into this woman here, which, as you saw in the intro, this is a single mother who is also divorced, who is complaining about dating. Let's take a listen.
Single, divorced, 30-ish parents. How are we dating? People are telling me, oh, you'll meet somebody. You'll meet somebody when you least expect it. You'll meet somebody where you go. I live in a small-ass town. I work from home. I only go to the gym. And God knows, if you're a man, you cannot look or breathe in the direction of a female in the gym without having to worry about having your face posted to TikTok and having Joey Swole all over your ass. Like,
you know what, guys? I actually agree with this woman right here about men not approaching women. A lot of the reason why men don't approach women, particularly in places like gyms, is because they don't want to be accused of crap that they don't do. Personally, guys, when I am in the gym, I don't talk to women at all. I don't look at women. I don't work out near women. I don't walk past them if they have a tripod set up or anything like this. I'm not interested in that. There is simply too much to lose by interacting with women at the gym. Now, ironically enough, women will get on the internet and they will complain about men not approaching them. But honestly, guys, it is a risk approaching women, very particularly in the gym as well. I've said this story on the channel before, guys, but even if I see a woman doing the most horrendous form I have ever seen, she has no idea what she's doing. Am I going to go up there and correct her and help her? No, I'm not. Not my problem. I'm sorry. And people will think that I'm over-exaggerating with this, or people will think that men are just being rude by doing this and we have a duty to help people. We actually don't. Okay, we seriously do not. And I also know many of my friends and many men in general who won't help women, right? Particularly in places like the gym. We're just not interested in getting involved with some of these people.
Like, I don't go anywhere. I don't drink. I don't go to bars. How am I supposed to meet anybody? I don't do dating apps because that's just a shitstorm in itself. Like, and on top of that, like, when I was thinking about the divorce situation, I was like, it's going to be hard to find somebody to date as a single parent. And I knew that. I was good with that. I know. I get it. Don't come after me. I know. But, like, it's a lot harder than I realized. I have single friends around the same age, and they talk about how hard it is to find somebody that's not a parent in their 30s that is single, and that they don't, you know, want somebody with kids. And that's good for them and all, but, like, I'm sitting there like, nobody's ever gonna want me because I have kids. Like, they're kids. It's not like I have a death date hanging over my head or something. Like,
yeah, guys, it's not that big of a deal. Why won't men date me? All I've got is kids under my belt. You know, I've also got a divorce as well. You know, I've got lots of tattoos. I'm incredibly masculine. You know, the list probably goes on and on. But it's funny because she said, right, before she got a divorce, that she understood that things would be more difficult for her. She thought about it ahead of time, right? So what she did was, before she divorced her husband, she thought to herself, do I really want to do this? Because dating afterwards might be quite difficult. Isn't that just an interesting line of thought to have, guys? It's like, I don't want to divorce my husband if dating is going to be too difficult afterwards. It's something that I need to consider. Even if I don't love him, perhaps if it's too hard, I'll just stay with him anyway and use him for his money because, you know, people aren't going to look after me. Someone's not going to date me after the fact. Right? It's just a very interesting line of thought, isn't it, guys? You know, people will say that men, we're the logical ones, we don't have a heart, all of this kind of thing. But women make decisions like whether or not they're going to divorce their husbands very logically, guys. Don't believe them when they try and tell you otherwise. Okay, women are absolutely cutthroat about the men that they will date, they won't date, when they're going to break up with you and things like this. This is why you see so many women break up with dudes, and then within 2 weeks they're dating somebody else. Is because they already had it lined up. You best believe that crap was planned. Okay.
Date hanging over my head or something. Like, damn, I ain't asking you to be their stepdaddy or anything. I'd like to go out to dinner and maybe go out on the lake. Like, I don't know why that's so hard to ask for, and I don't know how I'm gonna ask for it because there ain't nobody around to ask.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
I'm just lonely. That's all. Okay, have a good day.
So sorry for the jump scare here, guys. Before we jump into this next clip, I just want to say this, okay? These women will try and convince you that their dating life is so difficult, that no man wants them, that they don't talk to anybody. I guarantee you that, number one, this woman has dudes in her DMs. Number two, she does have romantic options. But the reason why these things don't matter to her is because she's not looking at the average man. Even a woman who is divorced over the age of 30 with kids is still not looking at the average man like he is a viable prospect. Okay, and the way you can tell this, it's just very interesting because women always think that they're above where they actually are in terms of the dating market. And I don't really like to use that terminology, guys, but if you cannot get commitment from a man, you can't afford him. And I don't mean that monetarily, right? Like you should be buying the dude Gucci bags or some crap. We don't care about Gucci bags, all right? But you don't have what is required to date that guy. He's not interested. You know, you'll have a bunch of videos of women complaining that men won't date them and things like this. But the fact of the matter is that you just can't afford that guy. You don't have what the man is looking for. And you can cry, you can complain about that all you want. But at the end of the day, men make the decision whether or not they want to date you. We have the next clip here. And you already know this is going to be a bad one, because the text on the screen says, "The only thing a man can offer me is how he treats me." Let's take a listen.
And single a long time, and I've been single over 3 years after divorce, and we were talking about the struggles of dating and how hard it is to find like a really good high value man that treats us the way we deserve to be treated.
I'm divorced, I don't take care of my health, but I deserve a high value man who is going to treat me the way I deserve to be treated. Yeah. I didn't have anything to say to that. I really don't.
And I'm not asking for a lot here. Like, the bar's pretty low. But I think what it is with us and with anyone that's independent, especially if you've been single a long time, you don't need anyone. You know, we pay all of our own bills. We have our own homes. You know, we have great careers. So the only thing a man could offer me is how he treats me.
Strong and independent, has her own career, been single for a very long time, divorced, but men won't do the bare minimum for you. Guys, this is another lie that women try and tell you, is that, oh, we're just looking for a man with a nice personality. He just needs to treat me very well. First of all, that's absolutely wrong. Women don't date dudes on a long-term basis who are not better off than them, even if they have these successful careers, as they put it. Sorry, don't buy that one. Number two, you have to be quite attractive to her, at least, in order to be considered dating material anyway, typically. Right? So women will try and convince you. This is the lie that modern women push, guys. It's like, you just have to treat me right. I just want flowers. I just want romance and things like this. But what they don't tell you is that they want all of these things from Chad. They want all of these things from the man that's highly attractive to them. If you're an average guy and you're not attractive to this particular woman, for example, she doesn't care if you bring her flowers. It'll just be creepy.
Pay all of our own bills. We have our own homes. You know, we have great careers. So the only thing a man could offer me is how he treats me. And the second he doesn't treat me so well or does something a little questionable, I'm like, you're done. Because I don't need anyone. And I think that's a problem with really independent people, is we don't need anyone. I want someone, and I think that says a lot more, the fact I want you in my life. So if the only thing you can offer me is how you treat me, don't treat me like poop or you're done.
It's very interesting how this woman tries to frame this like it's a job opportunity. Like, oh, you're lucky to have her, you know? Her presence is just so fantastic, guys. And you as the man, you know, you're in the buyer's position, right? Excuse me. You're in the seller's position. You have to convince her that what you have to offer is good enough for her to buy, right? You basically have to convince this woman that you are worthy of a date, right? Even though you're the one that has to do everything. It's like, no, ma'am, you're not in the position that you think that you're in here. Modern women think that they have leverage a lot of the times over men when they actually have no leverage whatsoever. Incredibly masculine, quite unattractive. You don't need no man, and yet men have to convince you for you to date them. Something really isn't adding up here, guys. This is like going to, you know, trying to sell a car. Nobody wants to buy the car. Nobody's making any offers. And you're like, yep, $500,000 for this bad boy. Like, no, it's not going to happen. Let's continue on to today's last clip. And again, guys, all of these women just crying and complaining in their car. Let's take a listen.
So I was talking to somebody. We went out on a couple of dates. He was very respectful. Overall, he was a great guy. He had his own business. So the form that we would kept in contact was through Snapchat. We had each other's number, but because most of his clients contacted him on his phone, he didn't really look at him. So anyway, on Friday I went camping and I told him, hey, I'm not gonna have service. I'll talk to you on Monday when I get back. And we said bye, whatever. And so I got back on Sunday, which was a day earlier than I thought it was gonna be. And I sent him a picture on Snap and I was like, I'm back. And then this guy responds pretty quick. So 4 hours later, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see a score go up. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird.
So let me just pause it here before this woman continues with her story that nobody gives a crap about. My editor also left me a note here because he sifted through these clips. And it said that this woman is also a divorced single mother. So this woman is also a divorced single mother. And she's sitting here talking about dating and how about, she wants to lock down a successful dude here. Hilarious stuff, guys. Even modern women who are divorced, over the age of 30, have a child with another man, think that they are deserving of a guy who's quite successful, owns his own business, etc., etc. Really funny to consider.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So then I messaged him on there again and I was like, are you okay? And 10 hours passed. I checked the score and nothing went up. I'm like, he would have seen his notification. So I was getting kind of worried. So I was like, okay, if he doesn't message me back by tomorrow, then I'll message him. Anyway, so I texted him and I asked him, are you okay? He didn't message me back until 9 something. Message him like around 6 something a.m. because he's already awake by then. So he didn't message me till around 9 something. And he said, I'm okay, how are you? And I was like, oh, I was worried. And then he said, it was my day off. And I was like, off Snapchat? And he was like, yes. And so I blocked him.
Okay. I just kind of facepalmed so hard here. So this man didn't message this woman for 36 hours or something. I kind of stopped listening, guys, because I really don't give a damn. But this man stopped messaging her for too long, which was like a day and a half, I think. And then her decision was to block him. Now, let's put this in perspective before we wrap up today's episode, okay? This is a woman who is someone who doesn't take care of her health. Number one, she's not very attractive. Number two, she is divorced. Number three, she's a single mother. And this man didn't message her back quickly enough. And this man is a successful guy who runs his own business. And what does she do? She blocks him. I swear to you guys, so many modern women, they don't understand where they are in the dating market. They're so incredibly entitled, and they can't even fathom that a man might not want to be on Snapchat for a day. That, this is the reason why they're in the position that they are. Okay, just raw entitlement, raw narcissism, and thinking that they're above everybody else. Right? Imagine that, guys. You don't respond to a woman for 36 hours because, Lord forbid, you have a life and you don't enjoy Snapchat, and then she'll just block you, thinking that she's better than you. I wonder why it is that men refuse to date modern women. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. What do you think of these ladies who are trying to go out here and find a man? Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.